Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Linguasphere Academy podcast. I'm Sam, and I am so excited for today. I actually wrote notes on paper. That never happens.
I believe it. I'm Alex, and Sam was texting me at 6 this morning about this topic. 6 in the morning.
I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about this idea and how much I wish someone had explained it to me years ago. Today's topic is one of those foundational things that affects everything else we ever talk about here.
Okay, you've been building this up for weeks. What is it?
It's this: take control of your life. Not in a dramatic, quit your job and move to an island way. I mean the quiet, daily, deeply practical act of steering your own ship, of deciding what matters to you, and actually building your days around it, of stopping the feeling that life is just happening to you.
Wow, yeah. That feeling is so common, isn't it? You get to the end of the week and think, what did I actually do? Where did the time go? You're busy, but you're not sure what you're busy for.
Exactly. You're moving, but you're not sure if you're moving in the right direction. And the frustrating part is, no one else is driving your car. You've just let go of the wheel, and the car is drifting.
Drifting, that's the perfect word. And drifting happens when there's no clear destination and no active steering. You just go wherever the current takes you. The current of notifications, other people's emergencies, whatever is loudest and most urgent.
But here's the truth I had to learn the hard way. Taking control of your life is not a talent you're born with. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. You don't need to be a different person. You just need a different system.
That's what we're going to do today. This is going to be a long, relaxed, and very practical conversation. We're going to talk about why we feel out of control, what control actually means in a healthy way, and then we're going to spend most of our time on the how, the concrete, daily, doable steps you can take starting today.
As always, we'll speak clearly and keep it friendly. This is a chat between friends, not a lecture. Our goal is that by the end, you feel a genuine sense of relief. You realize the steering wheel isn't broken. It's been in your hands the whole time. You just need to learn how to grip it.
So, wherever you are, get comfortable. Let's start by looking at why we drift in the first place.
I think it starts with a gap between who we want to be and how we actually spend our days. Most of us have a picture in our heads of our ideal self, someone who exercises, who learns new things, who is present with family, who makes progress at work. But when we look at our actual Tuesday, it's different.
It's so different. We want to be healthy, but we're scrolling at 11 p.m. instead of sleeping. We want to learn English, but we keep meaning to study and somehow the week flies by. We want to be calm, but we're constantly checking notifications. It's like we're the driver, but our hands are off the wheel.
And the first step to taking control is simply noticing that, noticing the gap. Not with shame, just with curiosity. I say this is important to me, but my calendar says something else.
So let's define what we mean by control, because I think some people hear that word and imagine a rigid, joyless robot squeezing every second for productivity. That's not it at all.
No, absolutely not. For us, taking control of your life means consciously designing your days so they reflect what truly matters to you. It's about closing the gap between your intentions and your actions. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters.
It's freedom, actually. When you're in control, you don't feel chained to your to-do list. You feel liberated because you've chosen what's on it. You've said yes to the things that matter and no to the things that don't.
So let's start building the toolkit. How do we actually take back the wheel?
The very first tool is deceptively simple: clarity. You cannot steer towards a destination you haven't defined. If someone says, "Take me somewhere," and you have no map, no address, no idea where you're going, you're just driving aimlessly. That's drifting.
So before we talk about habits, schedules, or productivity systems, we have to talk about direction. What do you actually want? Not what your family wants, not what society says you should want, not what looks good on social media. What do you want?
This is harder than it sounds. We're so used to chasing external markers, the promotion, the car, the validation, that we've lost touch with our own compass. So here's a simple exercise. Take 5 minutes, answer these questions honestly.
What does a genuinely good day look like to me? Not an impressive day, just a day that feels satisfying at the end. What activities make me lose track of time? What do I quietly envy in others? Envy is actually a useful clue. It points to what we secretly want. If fear and money were not factors, how would I spend my next year? What do I want to be remembered for by the people closest to me?
Those aren't productivity questions, they're value questions. And when you answer them honestly, you start to see the outline of your destination. Not a detailed GPS coordinate, just a compass heading. I want to feel more connected. I want to use my mind creatively. I want to feel physically strong.
That's enough. You don't need a 10-year plan. You just need a direction. Because once you have a direction, you can start making daily decisions that point that way. So, step 1 is clarity. Step 2 is something we've talked about before, but it's central: ownership. You have to accept that where you are right now is the result of the choices you've made. This is not about blame, it's about power.
Yes, as long as you believe your situation is someone else's fault, your boss, your parents, the economy, your circumstances, you are powerless because you can't control them. You can only control yourself. The moment you say, I'm here because of my own decisions, you also say, I can change my life by changing my decisions.
And again, this isn't about beating yourself up. It's the opposite. It's recognizing that you are the author of your own story. You have the pen. You can write the next chapter differently.
So we have clarity, we have ownership, now we need the engine. Step 3, consistency. You can have a crystal clear destination and take full responsibility for getting there, but if you don't move the car every day, you'll never arrive.
This is where we reconnect with our last episode. Motivation gives you the spark to decide on your destination and take the first few steps, but it's consistency, the daily, unglamorous act of showing up, that actually covers the distance.
So let's get deeply practical. How do you build the consistency engine? This is where most people get stuck. They know what they want, they take responsibility, but they can't seem to make the daily actions stick.
The number one mistake is trying to change too much too fast. You get motivated on a Sunday night, decide to completely overhaul your life, and by Wednesday you've crashed and burned. That's not a failure of willpower, that's a failure of strategy.
The correct strategy is extremely small beginnings. This is the counterintuitive secret to massive change. You don't start with a 2-hour daily study session. You start with 5 minutes. You don't start with a 10K run. You start with putting on your shoes and stepping outside.
Why does this work? Because the hardest part of any new behavior is not the effort, it's overcoming inertia. A 5-minute task requires very little force. It's easy to start. And once you're in motion, you often keep going.
Let's use our learner Maya as an example. Maya wants to improve her English. Her old approach: I'm going to study English for 1 hour every single day starting Monday. By Thursday, she's missed 2 days and feels like a failure.
The new approach: I will listen to one 5-minute podcast episode every day during my breakfast. That's it. The goal is not fluency in a month. The goal is to build the habit of daily engagement. The habit is the foundation. Skill grows on top of habit.
And once that 5-minute habit is automatic, after a few weeks you don't even think about it, you can expand it. Okay, now I'll listen for 10 minutes. Or add a new tiny habit. After I listen, I'll write down 3 new words. You're not forcing massive change, you're gently, patiently building.
This leads to our second practical tool, habit stacking. The formula is simple. After I, current habit, I will, new habit.
You're not creating a new habit out of thin air, you're anchoring it to something you already do automatically. Everyone has habits: brushing teeth, making tea, commuting, eating meals. These are reliable triggers. You just attach your new behavior to them.
After I pour my morning coffee, I will review my 5 vocabulary flashcards. After I brush my teeth at night, I will write 1 sentence in my English journal. After I sit down at my desk at work, I will write down my top 3 priorities for the day.
The existing habit acts as a natural, effortless reminder. You don't have to remember to do the new habit. The old habit triggers it. This reduces decision fatigue and dramatically increases follow-through.
Tool number 3. Focus on process, not outcome. Most people fixate on the outcome. I want to be fluent. I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to write a book. These are distant mountains. When you look at them from the base, they seem impossibly far away. It's demoralizing.
The process-focused mindset says, I don't need to think about the mountain. I just need to take one step forward today, and tomorrow another step. Your daily goal is not be fluent. Your daily goal is do my 10-minute listening exercise. That's it. You don't control fluency, you do control your 10-minute exercise.
When you shift your focus from the outcome to the process, something magical happens. You stop judging each day by whether you feel closer to a faraway goal. You start judging each day by a simple binary question. Did I do the thing I committed to do? Yes or no? That's it.
And when you consistently do the process, the outcome becomes inevitable. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The person who does 10 minutes of English practice every day will become fluent. It's arithmetic. You can't stop it.
Tool number 4. Visual tracking. This is deceptively powerful. Get a calendar, put it somewhere you'll see it every day. Every day you complete your tiny habit, you put a big, satisfying X through that day.
Your goal becomes visual. It's no longer a vague intention floating in your head. It's a chain of X's on a physical calendar. And human psychology is such that once you have a chain going, you don't want to break it. You look at that calendar and think, I've got 7 X's in a row. I don't want to break the chain today.
This works for the same reason games are engaging. You get immediate, visible feedback for your actions. Each X is a small win, and small wins accumulate into massive motivation. You're not relying on some distant, abstract future reward. You're rewarding yourself every single day with that satisfying X.
Tool number 5, and this is the most compassionate tool in the box, the never miss twice rule. You will miss a day. It's inevitable. You'll get sick, you'll travel, you'll have a family emergency, or you'll just have a day where you completely forget. This is not failure. This is life.
The rule is simple. Never miss twice. Don't let one missed day become 2. Don't let 2 become a week. The moment you miss, you say to yourself, okay, that happened. No guilt, no shame. I'll be back on track tomorrow. And then you do it.
This rule prevents the all or nothing trap. That's the trap where you miss one day and think, well, I've already broken my streak. The week is ruined. I might as well give up and start again on Monday. That thinking is the enemy of consistency.
With the never miss twice rule, there's no such thing as a ruined week. There's just yesterday and today. And today, you get back on track. It's forgiveness and resilience built into your system.
So let's pull this together into a complete picture. We have clarity, you know your direction; ownership, you accept you are the driver; extremely small beginnings, one tiny daily action; habit stacking, anchored to an existing habit; process focus, your goal is the action, not the outcome; visual tracking, you mark your progress; never miss twice, you forgive and restart.
That's not just a collection of tips. That's a complete system for taking control. And it's not about becoming a different person. It's about becoming a more intentional version of the person you already are.
Now let's address the elephant. Some of you are thinking, this sounds great, but you don't understand my situation. My job is demanding, I have young children, I have health issues, I have real constraints.
I hear that, and it's real. But here's what I would gently offer. Everyone has constraints. Everyone has challenges. The question is not whether you have them. The question is what you do within them.
Taking control does not mean eliminating all obstacles. It means learning to steer around them or through them. It means accepting that you might not be able to run a marathon, but you can walk for 10 minutes. You might not be able to study for an hour, but you can listen to a 5-minute podcast.
It's about finding your margin. That tiny sliver of time and energy, that is yours. It might be 5 minutes before anyone else wakes up. It might be the 10 minutes after you put the kids to bed. It might be your lunch break. It exists, and what you do with that margin consistently over time is what determines the direction of your life.
That's the quiet truth. Big dramatic changes are rare. What shapes our lives is the accumulation of small, daily choices. The book you read 5 pages of each night, the language you practice for 10 minutes each morning, the walk you take each evening. These seem insignificant in isolation. Over a year, over 5 years, they are transformational.
This is the heart of taking control. It's not about seizing the wheel in one dramatic moment. It's about making tiny, consistent steering adjustments every day. The ship doesn't turn on a dime, but over time, those small turns add up to a completely new destination.
Let's make this real with 4 different people, 4 different lives.
First, Ahmed. University student, engineering, chaotic schedule. He wants to improve his English speaking. His system: every morning while brushing his teeth, he listens to a 3-minute English dialogue. Phone on the bathroom counter, podcast ready, habit tracker on his phone. 3 minutes, every day.
Fatima, mother of 2 young children, at home full-time. She wants to read again, to feel like she has her own mind. Her system: she keeps 1 book on the kitchen counter. Every time she sits down to feed the baby, she reads 1 page, just 1 page. The baby's feeding is the trigger. Over a week, she's read a whole chapter without ever finding time to read.
Third, Carlos works in a busy restaurant kitchen, on his feet all day, exhausted when he gets home. He wants to exercise. His system: when he gets home, before he sits down, he changes clothes and steps outside for a 3-minute slow walk, just to the end of the street and back. The goal is not fitness. The goal is to decompress and move his body. 3 minutes is a win.
Fourth, Lila, retired, plenty of time, but feels a loss of purpose and structure. She wants to learn something new. Her system: every morning after breakfast, she sits in her favorite chair with tea and spends 10 minutes on a learning app. Breakfast, chair, tea, app. A comforting ritual. A physical calendar on the wall, a sticker each day she completes it.
4 different people, 4 completely different constraints. Same principles. Start tiny, anchor it, track it, forgive yourself. This is how you take control, not by conquering the world, by claiming the small territories of your day that are rightfully yours.
Now let's talk about something often overlooked: your environment. Your willpower is not a limitless resource. It's like a battery that drains throughout the day. The most successful people aren't those with superhuman willpower. They're the ones who design their environment so they don't need to rely on willpower.
Yes, if you want to eat healthier, willpower alone will fail you when you're tired and there's a bag of chips on the counter. The smarter strategy is to not buy the chips. You're not fighting temptation every day. You're removing temptation entirely.
Apply this to your goals. If you want to read more, don't rely on remembering to find your book each night. Put the book on your pillow every morning. It's there, physically in your way when you get into bed. You don't need to remember, you just need to move the book.
If you want to practice English in the morning, don't leave your notebook in a drawer. Leave it open on the kitchen table with a pen on top. Your environment becomes a silent coach, nudging you toward your desired behavior.
And the reverse is also true. Increase the friction for behaviors you want to avoid. If you want to spend less time on your phone, don't sleep with it next to your bed. Get a separate alarm clock and charge your phone in another room. That tiny bit of friction, having to get up and walk to get it, is often enough to stop the mindless scrolling.
This is taking control at the architectural level. You're not fighting your future self every day. You're setting up your future self for success. You're being a good ancestor to the person you'll be at 10 p.m., tired and distracted. You're leaving them an environment that makes the right choice the easy choice.
Now, let's talk about something often overlooked: your inner world, because you can have perfect systems and still feel like a passenger if your mind is chaotic.
This is about attention management. We live in an economy where your attention is the most valuable resource, and there are thousands of highly sophisticated systems designed to capture it. Social media, news, notifications, they're not neutral. They're engineered to pull you in and keep you there. If you don't consciously decide where to direct your attention, someone else will decide for you. And their goal is not your well-being or your goals. Their goal is to keep you watching, scrolling, clicking. Taking control of your life means taking back control of your attention.
This doesn't mean you have to delete all your apps and live in a cabin. It means being intentional. It means turning off all non-essential notifications. It means scheduling specific times to check email and social media rather than letting them interrupt you all day. It means creating blocks of focused time for what matters.
A simple practice. Start your day intentionally. Don't pick up your phone the moment you wake up. That puts you in a reactive mode immediately. You're responding to other people's agendas before you've even had a chance to set your own. Try this. Wake up, get some light, drink water, maybe stretch, then check your phone. Just 10 minutes of owning your own mind before you loan it out to the world.
That 10 minutes is a small act of sovereignty. It's you saying, my attention is mine to direct. That's taking control.
Now, let's bring this all together now. We've covered a lot. Clarity, ownership, tiny habits, habit stacking, process focus, visual tracking, self-compassion, environmental design, attention management. It might feel overwhelming, but remember the core principle. You don't do all of this at once. You pick one thing, just one. Maybe it's the 5-minute morning habit. Maybe it's the calendar tracking. Maybe it's turning off notifications. You implement that one thing with patience and consistency. You let it become automatic. Then you add another.
This is how you build a life of control and intention, not through a dramatic one-time overhaul, through patient, consistent layering of small, effective systems. Each one is a brick. Over time, you've built a house.
And the feeling of that house, of living in a life you designed, moving toward goals you chose, spending your days on what truly matters to you is incomparable. It's not about being busy, it's about being directed. It's not about having more, it's about wanting what you already have and using it well.
So here is your challenge for this week. Just one small thing. Ask yourself, what is one tiny, almost laughably easy action I can take tomorrow that points me towards the life I want?
Not a huge action, not a week-long plan. One tiny action for tomorrow. Write it down. After I make my morning tea, I will stand by the window and take 3 deep breaths. That's it.
Do it. Then do it the next day. Then the next. That's the beginning of taking control. Not the end, but a genuine and powerful beginning.
We believe in your ability to steer your own ship. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to put your hands on the wheel and make one small, intentional turn.
Thank you for spending this time with us. We're right there with you, making our own small turns, building our own consistent systems.
Have a wonderful week of tiny, powerful actions. We'll talk again soon.
Goodbye.